2026 is here. They're only $2.99. Picked them up. £6 spent. Hello. Welcome to my channel. Every time I've tried to film a video, there's always been a problem. And now I'm looking at the viewfinder and it looks really dark. So I'm hoping that it actually isn't dark. Today, we're going to talk about our reading goals for this year. So before we even get started with our 2026 book goals, we need to look back. We need to look at what we didn't do for the 2025 book goals. I had to look very hard because I don't remember writing these down, and I found them. Oh my god, I've lost them again. I found them. Where did I find them? I posted it on Instagram. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ray, and I started the girly chapter in the last bit of 2024, maybe like November time, I think. I'm not quite sure. And I'd only started reading, I think, the year before that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try a thing. So I started a new Instagram called The Girly Chapter. And I read 52 books in 2024. And I decided, oh, let me try TikTok because TikTok is scary. So I went onto TikTok and been having the time of my life filming, gaining back my confidence in being on camera, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go back on YouTube and I'm going to talk about books. So let's look at our 2025 bookish goals. The number I had is 50 books. I have done 50 books. Finish my physical TBR. That is an absolute joke because I bought more books and I only started reading, like trying to read my physical TBR in the last quarter of the year. Explore a new genre. I tried to read The Haunting of Hill House, but the writing style of it was a bit hard to grasp because it's such an old book and it made me feel stupid. I won't even lie to you, it made me feel really stupid, and because I read books for escapism, it really upset me. So I'm going to try and read that again in 2026. Did I do any other genres? I don't think so, because I was reading cozy crime. I've not yet read a thriller, and I read quite a lot of... Oh no! Girly Pop got into dark romance. I'm a dark romance babe now, so I did. Oh yeah, tick that one off. Let's go! So I did explore a new genre, dark romance, and I absolutely enjoyed and loved dark romance. I think I read maybe 2 or 3 dark romance books, and it's safe to say, when I did say I'm scared I'm gonna like dip my toe in and want to be submerged, it happened, and that's okay. Next one was visit Book Lovers Bookshop in Edinburgh. Did not get to do that. I'm hoping maybe 2026 will be great for me and I can, shimmy that one over to this year. Shop at an indie bookstore. I did do that. However, currently on a book buying ban that started around that time that I went to the indie bookstore, so I didn't actually buy anything, but I bought my bestie to the bookstore and she bought quite a few books I influenced there, so I think that should be a check. I did see some books that I think I'm gonna go back to go and get when I'm no longer on my book buying ban, because I'm actually trying to make sure I do it properly. Do you know what I mean? Because I went to TK Maxx the other day and I went to a charity shop the other day and I bought 3 books. So I was like, oh, they're only $2.99. They're only $2.99. Picked them up. Came out, stopped. £6 spent. Next one, mindful arc requesting. I did do that. I didn't request a lot of arcs. However, I've not read all of the arcs that I needed to read. So I'm hoping to prioritize a month where I just read them all, because I need to just sit down and read them all. And they're very good books. I really want to read them, and some of them are already out. and it makes me feel kind of silly. I'm like, thank you for this arc. The book's been out for 6 months. I've got join booktube in ? I did film a video, and then I bought a new camera and did not know how to use it, and I was struggling, fighting for my life with the camera, and then, you know, life was lifing. So that's a half tick. Post more reels. I want to say that that's a no. I have posted more reels, however I completely abandoned Instagram and went on to TikTok and posted more videos over there. So that's not going to be a tick. I'm going to be really harsh on myself there and say that that's not a tick. I did post some reels, but yeah, that's not a tick. Up my flat lay game. It's a no, because she didn't even post the thing. I don't know if I want to do flat lays. I think flat lays are quite hard. All the guys and girlies, all the bookish people that can do a flat lay, tops to you. Completely mesmerized by the way you're able to do that, because I think it's bloody hard. I don't. My brain cannot tell me how I'm supposed to make my thing look like what I want it to look like. Maybe we'll practice. I kind of want my Instagram to be giving like a normal Instagram, but I'm a book girly. Do you know what I mean? I want a normal Instagram, but I do actually like books. So getting that balance, I think, is what I want for this year. Go to a bookish event. I went to some. How many did I go to? When I did this, did I go to that one in the year? The start of the year? Was the Emily Henry one at the start of the year? Yes. I went to an Emily Henry bookish event. I met some really, really gorgeous girlies there. And then I think that was at the start of the year, and that's why my noggin can't remember. And then I went to one of my own. It was for the Happily Ever After bookshop, and it was a pop-up. And the author that was there was JJ Cross. This was during when I just started my book buying ban. I did buy the book so that she could sign it for me. She read a little bit of it, and I was like, oh, I need to read it. I need it. And she's here and she can sign it. And she said my name was very pretty, and she was really nice, and she was nervous. And I think she's amazing. So yeah, I went to 2 bookish events. I can't remember if I went to more than 2. If I have and I met people, I'm really sorry, but I've forgotten. Now we're gonna move on to the 2026 reading goals. I'm just really excited for this year for some reason, and I think that that's really great, because when are people ever excited for a year? Because sometimes they be dragging you through the mud. I've made myself sad because there were some really rough and sad times in 2025, and I'm pre-filming this, and this is around Christmas time, and unfortunately I lost somebody in the family, and now I'm thinking about the fact that they aren't here. I had quite a few highs as well, and I feel really blessed to be in a position where I feel like I'm being a not an older version of myself, but a new, slightly more confident version of myself, because because of TikTok, because I've been filming on there and just being myself, and I've learned a lot about myself over the last couple of years since I was on YouTube. TikTok has been that escape for me to just be myself unmasked. And I think that in itself has just put Ray on another level. Do you know what I mean? I feel a lot more confident because I'm able to film and be on camera. And although I'm not taking more pictures like I used to, I feel like I'm just Ray 2.0. Do you know what I mean? So let's get into these goals for 2026. These are my reading goals for 2026. So every year, I think what I'm going to do, because I accidentally read 52 books in 2024. So I did 50, a book goal of 50 for 2025. And I'm just going to always put 50. I don't think I'll put any more than that, because it won't be escapism for me. It won't be escapism for me. If I'm trying to read, I'm like, oh girl, I need to read all these books. Oh my god. No, I don't want that, because reading is a privilege. And I think I don't think people should be putting pressure on themselves to read a certain amount of books. So the only reason why I have a goal of 50 is because on the tracking apps it asks you to put one. So if I didn't, I would be better off not putting an actual goal. I'd rather not do that. I've never seen someone not put one, but maybe I'll try that in the following year. Maybe for 2027, I will try not putting a reading goal in. I would like to diversify my reading because I started reading some Black authors in 2025. Be more consistent on my platforms. I would like to be able to say at one point in 2026 that I have my videos pre-uploaded on YouTube for YouTube. I have scheduled my Instagram posts and I've like got all nice and everything is ready to go and I'm consistent on there. And then on TikTok, I'm consistent and I'm just bow, 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 bow. That's what I want. I want a glimmer where everything is like, oh my God, she's been consistent on all three. All three of them. All three of them. Ooh. Goddamn, almost dropped my phone. Almost dropped my croissant. This year, I feel like I'm going to give myself a small goal, numbers-wise first. I would like to reach 1K on all platforms. And then we go from there. Do you know what I mean? I'm setting the bar low first because I don't want to hurt myself when I say, oh yeah, I want to reach 10K and then I don't reach it. Then I'll be very upset with myself. So 1K, which to some is quite small. However, yeah, some is quite small. But for me, even me being on 700 on TikTok blows my mind. I'd not been on TikTok for a bit because I was going through a rough patch. And then when I came back, I got a message saying, oh my God, you're back. And it made me cry because what the hell? What the actual hell? That means someone has like been looking for me. I think that's the sweetest. It makes my heart full. It makes my heart really full. And I've had so many nice messages from people over the year, over 2025. And it just makes it feel really good and really great, and I enjoy it for that because I'm making new friends and meeting new people, and we're just talking about books. Like books, it's just paper with words, but it's created such a big community, and yeah, I like that. Remember I said I wanted to read all the books my physical TBR for 2025, so this time I've said I would like to read 90% of my physical TBR. To help with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put £10 away for every physical book that I read. And my mom said, why don't you up the challenge and do £5 for every ebook? So I'll do 5 for every ebook. Not really thought about audio because I tend to do them at the same time, like audio with an ebook or audio with a physical. I'm going to be a fucking millionaire. I'm going to pause on ARC requesting until I'm caught up. I think a leeway on that is if there's a book that I really, 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 really want to read, I will request it until I caught up on my ARC, on all the ARCs that I need to read. I would like to read more standalones because I feel like in 2025, I've been on Throne of Glass series forever. I've read a lot of series, and fantasy series are really, really long, so I would like to read more standalone books. But at the same time, the next one is I'd like to finish series that I've started. Now, I have quite a few series that I realised I've started but not finished, and I'm going to write a big list of them so that I know which ones I need to finish. So those are the only series that I want to read. I don't want to start any new series for 2026, but there's some of my physical TBR which makes it really, really hard because I've got like the Hannah Grace ones, I've got Anna Huang, I've got Priest, what's over here? Yeah, I've got Priest, I've got Crescent City, I've got the Atlas 6, I've got When the Moon Hatched. Like, I've not really made it easy for myself. So what I'm going to do is prioritize the physical TBR because I did say 90%, and I'm hoping that 90% doesn't include the ones that have more than one book. Read new genres. So I would like to read a horror. And I want to try. Oh, I would like to try not a romantasy, but a fantasy book, like a proper fantasy book. Like, I don't want to read Lord of the Rings. No offense to Lord of the Rings. If I could get a standalone fantasy that is not a romantasy, I would like to read that. I thought that annotating a book was on my 2025 reading goal list, but it wasn't when I read it out. So I'd like to annotate a book. However, my books are trophies, and I'm quite like, I'm gonna have to buy another book. Do you get what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna have to do that, but I shouldn't have to feel like that. So there must be a way where I can annotate a book but not actually physically write on the book. But I feel like doing the whole shebang is gonna be great and really like a great experience, and it's gonna, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm gonna descend, I'm gonna ascend. Jesus God, I'm not go down, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna you know? Yeah, so I want to annotate a book, but I haven't decided how I want to do that yet. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to I'd like to create a bookish balance on Instagram. So it's lifestyle and books on there, because I'd like to share a bit more about myself on Instagram to diminish the thought that I have to be perfect on there, like, because you don't have to be perfect on Instagram. It just makes you feel like you have to. And I feel like I would like to use my Instagram how I used it when I first got on Instagram. You know, when it first popped out and people were like, oh, photo. That's what I want my Instagram to be. A bit of fun things that I'm doing with my friends, books. That's what I want. Because I do other things. As I said, as we know, she's a music girly and I go to a lot of gigs. I do. And I'd love to share it, but I feel like, oh my God, I just need to be doing flat lays and reviews. But I don't have to be doing that because it's my Instagram. It is. It's mine, and I'm gonna do what I want to do on it, and everybody's gonna like it because it's me. And then I want to go to more bookish events because it was cool. So I've got a list, because I asked on, where did I ask? I asked on Threads about some UK bookish events, and I know I've probably missed out on quite a few big ones to get tickets for, but I'm gonna go to some and I'm really excited. I feel like I should put the Edinburgh one on here too, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'll shimmy that on there. I would like to go to Edinburgh and be a bookish girl in Edinburgh, you know. That is my bookish goals of 2026, and I'm really, really, really excited to be on YouTube. I'm excited to still be reading, and it's not like a little hobby that I started and it dropped off. Like, I'm still doing it, and for me, guys, my friends and family, you know me, I've got crochet stuff. Have I ever crocheted? No, and I bought the whole shebang. This is a hobby that has stayed, like, I'm obsessed forever, and I love that. I love that for me, and I love that for you. See you in my next video. Make sure you like, comment. What do we want to comment? Comment some of your bookish goals. I'd like to know. Maybe I'll add to my list, or maybe if there's one on my list that you think's a bit like, oh girl, I don't think you should do that, tell me please, because I will knock it off. I will delete. Yeah, what bookish goals have you got for 2026 if you are a bookish person? If you aren't and you would like to share a goal in particular, I will share one with you. Actually, I turned 29 yesterday, so I would like to write my 30 before 30 list, and that's going to be hectic because I've got a year to do it. So that's one of my like non-bookish goals that I would like to do. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you very much. Have a good evening, good morning, good night, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.